Wow. Okay. So now we're live. Now we're up and running, I think. Uh, Let me see. For everybody who is trying to check this out.
Wow. Okay. So now we're
Uh
live. Now we're up and running, I think. Uh, Let me
oh. Oh my
see. For
god.
everybody who.
This is so don't blame me as my first time doing this. So I'm just kind of first time doing this on StreamYard. I've never I've been a part of the JLS live show and we've used StreamYard to broadcast, but I've never actually been on this side of things. So for that whole was it like 2-3 minute delay? That's my fault. I apologize. So what am I doing? Why am I live? I'll tell you why. Um, I wanted to go live because I went to two conventions back to back last weekend and the weekend before. So I went to Terrificon um, 2 weeks ago, and then last weekend I went to Boston Fan Expo and really just had an awesome time with both. I got a lot of good books. I got a ton of stuff signed, and so I figured that this is probably the easiest way to go ahead and do this all, so that I'm not making 3 or 4 videos or however much, just to kind of go live, show everybody what's going on, and then have everybody kind of just join in the chat. If there's any questions, if any people want to make comments, whatever, just have some fun showing off some books. So for those who are here, thank you. Just if you want to just have a conversation throughout the stream of everything, go ahead, just say some stuff. So we got first person to pop in, we got Ray. What's going on, Ray? Thank you for stopping in. So yeah, man, I had a lot of different stuff that I was able to get. Starting off with the stuff that I got from Terrificon, stuff I got signed. Um, so I have, let me see, I have multiple stacks, and some things gonna kind of do my best to kind of be organized and try to just kind of show off everything. Um, and I guess the easiest way so that it's not too out of control. But all right, so here we go. Here's the stuff that not the good cans. Just made put a pan of brownies in the oven. Unfortunately, not the good kind. You know what? All brownies are the good kind. But yeah, enjoy those brownies when they come out, man. Like my wife actually went to the store and bought a bunch of brownies, and she hasn't gone ahead and made them yet. She gets the cinnamon. I have to say it correctly, just because I say it to say it wrong, just to mess with her. But the Ghirardelli brownies that are phenomenal. I call them Giraldi's, but she just to see her get mad. But anyway, it's just a joke that I have with her, and she's just like, "It's Ghirardelli." I'm like, "Yeah, Giraldi." But anyway, so onto the books. So first and foremost, I I'm gonna start off with my Terrificon stuff, and Terrificon was really cool. There was a lot of great artists and everything there, and it was just I was only there for Friday, so I didn't get to get as much stuff as I would have liked to get signed, but did do pretty good. So first up, we have right here Keith Davidson was the anchor on this. Really nice guy. He was just like talk to him about just being involved. He did some stuff with Spectacular and Web of Spider-Man, and he was just like, yeah, it's like these were really fun books because it was like you get to take what is essentially like the center of everything, just the Marvel universe, and just have fun with them, and just exaggerate his powers like crazy, and have some fun with it. And I was like, that's pretty cool. So he was a great guy to meet. Next up is Brett Breeding, and Brett Breeding has one of the prettiest signatures I've ever seen. I got him to sign actually a couple of books. So got him to sign here. This is Avengers 227, where Monica Rambeau joins the Avengers. So that's a signature up at the top. Um, then I got him to sign uh, Thor 390. Really, really pretty signature he has. And then got him to sign Thundercats. This is issue number 2, and he said that he was a fan of the show at the time he was working on the books, and so he asked to be placed on those, which is funny because a lot of people who work on like stuff from toys usually tell you like how it's just like the worst experience they've ever had, and oh my god, this is such a pain in the ass. But he said that was really cool, and he said I guess because people kept bringing up to the voice. He was at a con with the voice actor of Lion-O, and people kept bringing him the book to sign, and they were just like, he's like, I'm not a comic guy, what's going on? And he's just like, I guess eventually like they had told him that Brett Breeding was there, and so he got up and walked over and was like, "Hi," it's like, "I guess you're the artist on this book, and people keep bringing this to me, and I'm Lion-O," and they got to meet each other, and I guess got to have him scream like Thundercat's Ho in front of him and everything. So I guess from a fan perspective, for somebody else, it was really cool to have him, just kind of go over that. Next up, we have a book from a guy who did some really, really good work, and he's been around for a long time. It's Jose Delbo, and I got this Wonder Woman signed by him. Really, really cool cover. No one got mad at the wall. No one got mad at the wall. It's just, just an old house, and just one of them things where just a lot of different stuff ends up happening. We got to fix the wall. I'm not gonna lie to you, it has to be fixed, and it's been brought up many times. But hey, the wall is fine. It's just it's seen better days. But oddly enough, Jose actually worked on a bunch of Transformers stuff too. I just didn't have the money to go ahead and get his stuff signed. He was charging $10 per autograph, and it was just like, by that time I had already seen Claremont and Stalin and a few others, and I was just like, dude, I can only get this signed. So I figured I'd bring him up just a book that was, just really one of his older books, and a really, really nice cover of Wonder Woman. Next, let's see. There's so many different books to show. All right. Actually, there's a really cool cover. Got Mark Morales to sign this. So, really, really nice cover. Nice Emma Frost. I like this cover a lot just because it's like, kind of like evolution of her character, where it's just like, she's, like you see her in so many different outfits over time, and, pretty cool. And let's see. So next up, we have this one. Now is actually triple signed. So the Wolverine number 90. So this was signed by Adam Kubert a few years ago. This is, I think, 2016 maybe at Boston Fan Expo. But then I also got Greg Hillenbrand and Mark Farmer. So Mark Farmer is the inker on this, and Greg Hillenbrand is actually the guy that painted this cover. Not the Wolverine and Sabretooth that's fighting. That's Adam Kubert. But the painting on the back, and it's a wraparound cover. Really, really nicely done, and just amazing artist. Really nice guy too. Super, super cool to have that triple signed by those three. Next we have Power Man and Iron Fist issue number 54. So this is when the Heroes for Hire actually like team up and become the Heroes for Hire. And I got this signed by Bob Hall. Again, another guy who has a really, really pretty signature. And I was just like, super cool, super nice guy to meet. So really happy about that. Next, have Hulk 377. And got this signed by Bob McLeod, and he signed it right on his chest. So it's like Hulk got a chest tattoo almost. But yeah, really, really awesome guy. And met him a couple years ago at a Fan Expo. And at the time, I don't think I had the book, or one of those two. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. It was before I actually got that book, and didn't have it with me at the time. I actually got him to sign my New Mutants, the graphic novel number 4, and a couple other books, but that wasn't in this. So now I get to sign that, which is cool. Next, these books are given to me by a friend of mine named Sean, along with the Jose Delvo book. And he wanted to, just give me something to get signed by Mike Grell, just because he said Mike Grell has a really cool signature. So I was like, all right, cool. So we got right Arrow #1, really cool signature by him, really nice cover too. And then also we got this is looks like a graphic novel, so it's the Book of the Hunters. So really cool stuff there. Next up, we got actually a really cool artist and a really funny guy. Howard Shakin went ahead and signed this. So this is the first solo story of Man Thing, Adventure in the Fan #10. Really cool. His signature is kind of down in the corner. It would have been nicer if he signed it kind of in the bluish area where the guys are kind of standing, so that the black pen would shine out more. But he's a cool guy. He is kind of funny because he doesn't like his work. He's really kind of a self-deprecating guy, or not so much self-deprecating because it's not him that thinks that the work is bad. He just doesn't like the stuff he worked on back in the day, I guess. I don't know. He signs it with no problem. He's really funny guy, super funny guy. But yeah, he's just kind of like, yeah, this is crap, and I could have done better, and I wish that this and that. So he's more into doing his own stuff now. Like he likes to do a lot of the like crime and history stuff. So that's pretty cool. Next up, we got another industry guy, legend, just a guy who's been around for a long time to sign a book. And that is, you got Destroy a Duck. So this is signed by Joe Stanton. Really cool book. Really fun book to read as well. And he's an awesome guy too. When I look at this, so this is actually also the first appearance of Gru the Wanderer. So Sergio Aragonés had gone ahead and put Gru in the story, or Gru in a story in the back. So really cool stuff there. But I also got him to sign the Green Lantern 201. So this is the first appearance of Kilowog. So really cool. And again, he's a super nice guy. His wife is really nice too. Got to talk to both of them. What is going on? Let's take a look at this chat real quick because a bunch of people are in there. So we got Fish Tropics. He was the one that made the comment about the wall. Got Sean, who actually I had talked to. I was talking about the books. And say, if you guys say pretty again, it will cost me a card. I don't even know what that means. But let's see. So Sean is in the house, and thank you again for hooking me up with those books. And then we got the Gray Man, who said, "Hey, Chet," and me. So hi, Gray Man. How's it going? Thank you guys all for watching. Gonna continue on. So next we have. So this is X-Men. This is 451. So this is where you get to see. Was it X-23 in her, in the claw suit? No, was it Fang? I think it was the Fang suit that Wolverine had a while ago. This is signed by Alan Davis and by Mark Farmer. So those guys are kind of like a tag team. Like they work on a lot of books together. And then this one here, we got 450. So this is like where she for X-23 first meets the X-Men. So really cool. But yeah, he signed both of those. Also got him to sign Alan Davis, that is, to sign the X-Men 213. So this is, the Mutant Massacre continuing on. Really nice cover too. Super fun guy to talk to as well. Then we also got him to sign the New Mutants Annual #2. So this is Psylocke. I think it's like one of the first appearances of Psylocke in the X-Men comic, or in the X-Men, coming about. So it's signed by him and also Chris Claremont. So Claremont is a guy who I've wanted to sign books for a long time, and really was like, just kind of like, when is he actually going to show up? When am I going to get him to come through? And he seemed to kind of tiptoe around, the Boston area and never actually set foot in Boston. So I went down to Connecticut because I was like, that's closer than going to like New York and stuff like that. And yeah, man, he was just like, just there, and I was like, I gotta get this stuff signed. So really, really happy about that. Um, got him also to sign my Avengers annual number 10. So first Prince of Rogue. So it's triple signed by him, Al Milgrom, and by Michael Golden, which is really, really cool. It's really awesome to meet all three of them and get them to sign it. Um, you know, all three of them really nice guys. Um, then we have this one, which is the first appearance of Carnage. It's the second print silver variant of it, and got it signed by Mark Bagley. Mark Bagley, who I've heard is a really, really nice guy all the time. I was in line for him, and just there was a guy who had this really awesome poster of Spider-Man, and I'm sorry, not the Spider-Man poster. So he had gone ahead and had him do a little thing on that, but then there was another guy behind him who had just had him do a sketch, and it was like, oh, can I take a picture with you in the sketch? And Bagley was cool about it. Yeah, no problem. And then he's just like, can you now point to the sketch and smile at it? And he's like, okay. So he did that. And then like, the guy's like, the guy's wife was like, can you stand over here and do this? And I just saw him. You could just see the anger bubbling up inside of him. And he's just like, we're all done. That's it. So I ended up getting to talk to him after that guy had already pissed him off. And he was just like, what do you want? I was like, just sign the book. That's all. Nothing else. I don't want any sketches. I don't want anything. Just signature, and that's it. So got him to sign my Carnage, and then moved on. And then these two. So I had initially wanted Claremont to sign these on the inside, but I decided that's probably not just because Byrne took up so much area signing these. I was just like, whatever, just do it on the cover, no problem. So I got my X-Men 141, my Days of Future Past, both issues, and 142 signed. So Claremont's on the outside, Byrne is on the inside. And to be honest with you, I'd rather have Byrne on the inside, just because Byrne's signature isn't as pretty as it's not as nice. I gotta stop saying pretty, apparently. So it's not as nice as Claremont's is, and he tends to sign really big and just like, so it's just like, don't want to do all that. So I figured put it on the inside, no problem. So on the outside of the book, we got Claremont, and the inside Byrne. So pretty cool. Next up, so it's a guy I wanted to meet, and I was really excited to meet, and just they got to get him to come up to Boston. Though he has to like at least stay in the area a couple more times, hopefully, so I can get more stuff signed by him. Just because I just didn't have the time and the money for it at the time, just because what happened was George Perez had canceled. I'm not sure if he's having more health issues, but either way, it was fine. I like George Perez. He's a really nice guy. I've met him twice, and just super, super nice guy. So, if he had to pull out of a con, and that's perfectly fine, because his health is more important than coming to the show. But Jim Stalin had basically taken up the mantle of being the next, really just big name by proxy. And so what happened was his line was crazy. So it's just like, wanted to go get over and get stuff signed by him, but I just, wanted to meet other people too. So it's just like, just one of those things where it's just, I was in the Claremont line, and another guy had volunteered, like, hey man, if you get my stuff signed, I will take your stuff over to him and get it signed. So I was like, okay. So I did that, with faith that, he would come back. He seemed like a stand-up dude. So he did. He went over and got some stuff signed by Stalin, and came back. And then, so we settled up for that. But I got him to sign my Thanos Quest #1. So that's Jim Stalin and Ron Lim on that book. So really cool. And then we also got Thanos Quest #2. So Stalin and Ron Lim. And then last we have Ron Lim, who had signed my Cosmic Powers Thanos. And then this is also signed by Jimmy Palmiotti last year. So that's really cool. That's awesome that he did that, and just a really, really fun time over there. And so that was what I was able to get signed, and it was just a lot of lines and waiting and everything like that. But it was a good time, and I mean, really, um, for everything, like I would go back. I would absolutely go back. For a Friday, it wasn't ultra packed. It's just the headline of the Angel that like they really just like, took a long time, just because it was a lot of people that were there and everything. But it was a great show, and I had a really fun time there, and was able to just kind of peruse around, see a lot of different stuff, and just have some fun. So before I get into my Boston signatures, which there's many more, just because I have more time, just wanted to show up the couple books that I picked up. So you got for the Ultimate Fantastic Four. This is the first Marvel Zombie. So this is the variant. Um, and this is the first cameo, and then we have 21, 22, and 23 is in there, so pretty cool. Um, and then I was able to also pick up the Celestial Quest, which is Thanos story, and 1 through 8 for $10. You can't go wrong with that. 10 books for, sorry, 8 books for $10 is crazy. So it's just like that was just the two things I picked up from there. And the reason it was a little bit more conservative was because I knew I had Boston Comic Con, Boston Fan Expo, in a week, and it's just like I couldn't sit there and just drop crazy money all at once, because it's just like I would have had nothing left for Fan Expo. But so now we're into Fan Expo, and one of the craziest things happened to me this year at Fan Expo. So I'm going in to get my ticket, and I usually buy the premium weekend pass. So that's just all weekend. You get early entry, and different access than going in, standing in the general line. So I want to go in. I'm like, all right, going to pick up my ticket and my pass, and the guy who was working there apparently just was new and wasn't sure what to do. So I, was there, and he tried to give me all three. I was like, well, it's a 3-day pass, but it's only one, and it says premium on it. So, and he's like, okay, not sure if you're in the right line, but let me check and see. So then he went and asked a lady, where the premium passes were, and she was talking to someone completely different from him, and just happened to it happened to line up perfectly. And she's like, VIP is over there. So he's like, okay. So then he went ahead, and he was just like, here you go. He gave me the VIP, and I was like, what? I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was just like, that is out of control. I was just like, went ahead and got it, and I just walked out. So I got an instant upgrade to the VIP, just because I wasn't sure what pass to give me. So that was incredible. Really happy about that. And so got to just kind of use the VIP benefits, which is they have VIP lounge where you can go and charge your phone and just kind of hang out and get away from the con, which is pretty cool. Then early access to different stuff. If I wanted to go to the celebrities, my pass would let me cut the line, which was pretty cool. And then if I had done like ticketed meet and greets, I could just kind of be like, VIP, move out the way. So I wasn't there to meet celebrities, so I just there to meet comic artists and stuff like that. So that part of it kind of I didn't take advantage of, but I did take advantage of getting in early. I took advantage of the lounge, which was awesome, and then just had a great time just being there. And just I mean, the lineup was definitely weaker than the Terrificon lineup, but it was a really good show, and it was really done well. And it's one of those things where when you really look at it, they did a good job. There's things I'd like to see them do more of, and they were gracious enough to have kind of a Q&A thing after that. They kind of emailed everybody, so hopefully they listened to some of the stuff I had told them. They probably won't, but we'll see. But overall, it was a great show, so I had a good time. So I have a bunch of, let's see, kind of had to try to see if I'm organized, and I think, all right, yeah, so that's all Terrificon. All right, so starting off, we will go with the actual, so let me show you the book that I got. So initially, they give you a free comic, convention exclusive comic with that, which is this year they give you House of X #1. And so this is the I think this is the Gabriel Delaro cover. So that's pretty cool. And this is the one that the premiums get. And then because I was because I was an actual VIP, ended up getting the version of it as well. So that's pretty cool. So really excited about that. Was really happy that that's what I ended up getting. Um, so I got that, and then you know, some of the goodies that they gave that weren't really comic related, but you know, really cool stuff overall. And then uh, just got a bunch of different books and things. So let's just start off with. Okay, there we go. There it goes. Now I got it. So here is. Okay. So here's some stuff I got signed. Some of this is double signed because I got it from. I ended up getting it at the other show as well. So we got Terrificon. Oh, good catch. So Terrificon got this signed by Keith Davidson, and then also Alex Savage. I'm not sure. I think it's Savick. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his name, but he's a really nice, cool guy. It was his birthday while he was there, so he's like, "Oh, he's like, it's my birthday, and hopefully someone buys the art and everything like that." And me and Sean had a pretty good conversation with him. Really, really cool guy. Um, and also got him to sign. What was Spider-Man 59? So this is where Spider-Man gets the cosmic powers, and then this one he turns into the Hulk. And so this is these were what I was discussing with Keith, which was like, yeah, man, it's just like get to draw him doing all these crazy things, and then get to turn him into the Hulk, and just overall fun. Um, yeah, so Greenman went ahead and he commented that was a touch of luck. Yeah, it was. It was that like that. That was one of the like just out of nowhere things that happened. I didn't expect it to even happen. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But next up, I was able to meet. His name is Michael Dooney, and Michael Dooney was one of the people that worked on the Ninja Turtles initially. Um, when I guess him and Eastman and Laird all kind of hung out. They all worked together in the same studio, and so I was just like, talking with him about everything. I was like, oh, you got to meet him? He's like, oh, who meet him? I live with him. Like that studio was like right there. We worked together for a long time, and just talked about the cartoon and everything else. And he was like, yeah, really happy about it. And so got him to sign. So this is the Archie comics. Eastman and Laird. You know, Turtle Adventures, and this is the first appearance of Bebop and Rocksteady, and Krang also. So Bebop and Rocksteady are pre-mutated, so it wasn't like they were, already the warthog and the rhinoceros yet. They were just kind of like when you see them in the cartoons, in that weirdo costume that they had, street clothes. So it was pretty cool about that. And he went ahead and he also did a little remark on this, so that was pretty cool. So I actually have more than one of these, so I had him do both of them. So really, really cool. So next, I got to meet a guy that was he was, I guess, kind of a quiet headliner, where it was that he was overseas, and I guess he's starting to make a name for himself. I mean, I just kind of came across him this year from different stuff he's done, but really, really kind of cool guy. And that's In-hyuk Lee. So he does some really, really nice covers and really nice art. And he was in the Mand a little bit. And I'm sorry about the glare, but yeah, that's his signature. So that was really cool. And he's just a super cool, super nice guy, really chill guy. And hello, who dat? How's it going? So he's a super chill guy, and I guess so he's got a really weird style of drawing too. Like what he does is like he'll get on the stool and he'll squat down and just kind of go to town on it, and kind of like because he wants to get like a top down view. I guess like that's what his handle was telling me, and it was really kind of a weird like process that he had, but super super cool guy, really interesting dude. And honestly, I love his covers. So I hope he comes around every once in a while just to kind of get some books signed by him because he does some really really nice work. We got Black Order #4, and this was sorry, #5. This is also signed by Scott Hanna, who's another really cool guy. And I was talking with him while I was in his line and everything, and he was saying that like because he's been inking so long, I think he's got the record of the most inked pages at Marvel. So really, again, pretty cover on this one. So if you're not into Inhyuk Lee, man, I'm telling you, he's got some great stuff. He's I think I would hold him up there in the same regard as kind of like an art germ. Like he's got some really really nice covers, really nice. So next, get another Scott Hanna signature on my X-Men 390. So this is when Colossus gives himself the legacy virus to try to save, basically try to counteract. Oh no, the techno virus, I think it was, right? Oh, it was the legacy? Oh, the legacy virus. That's right. So he tries to kill the legacy virus, but ends up dying in this issue. Um, and then next we have Scott Hanna on this one. And this, when I talked to him, this is the first actual book that he worked on at Marvel. So I guess like what happened is he had done a lot of stuff in DC, and but he came over and got to work just straight away on Wolverine, and then from there he was just kind of like um, you know hoping to continue working there, but then I guess he wasn't under contract with DC and wasn't able to kind of break that, so he ended up having to wait a while to come back, and ended up being placed on some other books and things. But overall, not bad. Really cool guy. Let's see. All right. So next we have, this is a book that actually was given to me by a friend, um, by the same friend Sean, and he went ahead. Yeah, you're right. The technovirus is Cable. Um, I got confused. I was like, technovirus, legacy virus. I knew it was one of them, and then it's embarrassing that it's right on the cover of the legacy virus. So that's what happens, man. It's just the way it goes. So he went ahead and hooked me up with this nice Brian Azzarello signature on Batman number 622. So really cool. Just Brian Azzarello is another really cool guy, and I know some people have had some issues and run-ins where maybe he hasn't been the most pleasant, but man, he was just a really really nice dude when we were at when we were at the con. So super cool guy, and I actually bumped into him when I was going upstairs to grab lunch. He actually was up there eating lunch too amongst the people, just being himself. And I thought that was really cool that he's not somebody who's like, I got to be behind a curtain and just kind of, no, he went ahead and ate lunch with everybody and just went right back downstairs with everybody and then went back to his table and signed books again. So super super cool. That's true, Gray Man. All the comics that we read, can't remember all the names and places and things like that. And you're right, man. It's just like there's so much going on that's just all over the place, and it's just everything kind of blends together. Sometimes you just like, oh yeah, this and that, and oh that was this character. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't think about this. So it's just it's just so much fun to be around though. So overall, just I enjoy it. So let's see. So next up, this actually I got signed on Saturday, and I just walked right up to him. I was like, you know what, these are good books to get signed. I'm gonna do it, and I was just like trying to do it, and just trying to go through it and everything, and that is Ultimate. So Ultimate Fallout #4. So it's the first Miles Morales signed by Clayton Crane, and he has a really cool signature too. And so he, if you've seen it, you may have, you may not have, but he will. And I got, let's see, so I got 2 of those signed by him. So he has, he'll go ahead and he will sign what he calls the Infinity signature, where it's just basically he'll take the just paint pens and just sign each letter in a rainbow, and it's really really nice, really cool. I didn't feel like doing all that just because I'm like it wasn't the type of cover that warranted all that, but overall though, really really cool guy, really awesome just artists in general, and just a really fun guy to talk to. So if you get a chance to meet Clayton Crane and you have a book that would look good with that on there, definitely do it because it looks really, really cool. Let's see. So got some more books here. Let's see. Yeah, just stuff all over the place, actually, to be honest with you. Hold on. All right. So, just to kind of show, got the first two guys. So the first two people I ended up going to, just because of how they were lined up over. And I was like, you know what, gotta get these guys out of the way now. So I went over to Mike Mignola and Arthur Adams, and they were stationed right next to each other. And Arthur Adams had signed this book for me a couple of years ago. I want to say it was like 2000, either 16 or 17. I'm not sure, but there we go. So I got Mike Mignola to sign this cover for me. So the Marvel Team Up 141, which is, arguably the first time in continuity that the alien suit, the symbiote suit, is in comics. In the main continuity, so pretty cool there. Got him to sign both of those. And then I got him to sign, where is it? No, not this one. At least I don't think so. I thought he signed it, but no. Oh, then I got him to sign Dracula. So Dracula #1, really cool. Got him to sign the final issue of Master of Kung Fu. So pretty cool. And I picked that up. I picked this up earlier this year, actually, for $5. So not bad. Then I got him to sign. I actually had 2 copies that I've bought over the years. So I got him to sign my Alpha Flight 33, which is the first appearance of Lady Deathstrike. So that's pretty cool. Sign so right there as well. And then got him also to sign my Wolverine Jungle Adventure book. There's actually a pretty cool story, like where he takes on Apocalypse and everything. Not like it's funny because when I got it, and I remember getting this I actually got from the my shop I thought was going out of business, and they're having a 90% off sale. So I got this for I think like 60 cents. So really happy about that. Let's see. So I got those out of the way. Then actually got a chance to meet Frank Cho. So Frank Cho went ahead and signed these. So I get really nice cover of his. And then got him to also sign this as well. So Batman from the current run, number 48. And the thing I wish, well, I guess his auto signature is different from his regular signature. So, you get the CHO on there. I wish he would sign it like that rather than the loops, but hey, what can I say? I mean, that's how he signs his art. That's how he signs his art, I guess. So that was cool. Those books all signed. And then, like I said, I got to meet Adams, was sitting right next to him. And this book actually ended up coming. So I had actually gotten this off of eBay a couple of days before and was hoping that it would have arrived on Friday when I went to go meet him, but it actually ended up coming on Saturday. So when I went back on Saturday, I had him sign this. And it was funny because I told him, I was just like, yeah, it's like, so this is my wife's probably least favorite cover, but one of my favorite, and I just love this cover. I can't believe it. So told you that Emma Frost wasn't going away. So Emma Frost is back in one of the nicest covers that I think Emma Frost has ever been on. So that is just amazing. Love that cover. Next we have got Mike Golden and from Terrificon, and Arthur Adams signed on this one, so really cool. And then got him to sign my long shot series, so I got 1 through 6, so it's really cool. So this actually is a really cool series too. If you get the chance to pick it up, do it, because it's first appearance of Long Shot, Spiral, Long Shot and Spiral in this issue, and then issue number 3 is the first appearance of Mojo. So just in case they ever end up making their way through the movies, or just in general, if you want to know more about Mojo and the Mojo verse and just where all Long Shot and where he came from, definitely cool books to pick up. So those. And then we have finally for Arthur Adams, the Fantastic Four. This is 348. So this is the new Fantastic Four, and this is a badass Fantastic Four: Wolverine, Spider-Man, Hulk. This is the Gray Hulk, not the Green Hulk, but Hulk and Ghost Rider. Really, really, really awesome cover. So really cool team, and I wish they would show more of this team, because this team is incredible. Just an awesome lineup. So not done yet. Still got a few more books to show. So as I continue on with the books that I got signed, got to also meet another really, really awesome just awesome artist, and one of the original guys to move over to Image when Image let's see, I wonder if he's hold on. So he was among the earlier artists to go into Image. I'll say that much. Didn't have his own book right away, but was one of the guys that was like big time, that left from Marvel and went over there, and that was Mark Silvestri. So I got him to sign right here. I got X-Men 222, and then also 221, the first Mr. Sinister. Then he also did really nice cover. So we got X-Men 234, and then got him to also sign this one. And this one's kind of funny just because, so it's a great cover. So you get 251, the crucifixion cover. So really, really cool. And it was funny because excuse me, I was talking with him about this cover, and I was just like, just going on about it, and it was just like, yeah, man, this is really cool, and you did the one for Witchblade too. And he's like, yeah, I did. And he's like, do you know I caught a lot of trouble from that one? People like basically, I guess, sent him emails or whatever when he was doing the Witchblade cover, and they emailed him and gave him fan letters and stuff telling him that he ripped off the original. I was like, oh, how dare you rip off? Like, I don't know who the Silvestri guy is, but you ripped off that X-Men cover. He's like, it was me. He's like, I put it after me. Like, it was my cover. Like, I did this. Like, what do you. So it's just funny that like people just was like so passionate about this cover and this title that when he did it on another book, people didn't realize it was him doing the book, which is funny, because like if you're a Mark Silvestri fan, like, and picking up a book that he's doing, how could you not remember that? But yeah, so it's fun. I thought it was kind of a funny story that he's like, yeah, it's like I caught a bunch of flack for that. So, and then also got him to sign 244, which is the first Jubilee. So pretty cool there. And then finally from him, I got him to sign my Wolverine issue number 50. This is actually one of my favorite covers. I remember when I was a kid and I first had seen this. This was one of the first books that I remember being more than just like $3-4 book. And I remember back in the day, people like, I remember when I used to go to this after school program, one kid brought it in and I was like, oh, like, this is so cool, and just so like taken back by like just the die cut cover and everything. I mean, I think I had to be like 8 9 years old when I saw it, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so cool. And so I remember that was a book that I had saved up some birthday money to go get because I was just like, this is incredible. So really, really cool with that. And then finally, we got the last couple books that uh, got signed, and these really were just, it's the person that signed them that makes them incredible. So as everyone knows, they made a late edition of Todd McFarlane. So I actually got to meet Todd, and it was really, really just a fun experience, and just something I had always hoped for, but I didn't think was actually going to happen. So in the past 2 years at Boston Fan Expo, I've met Jim Lee and Todd McFarlane and Mark Silvestri, and then a couple of years back when it's still Fan Expo, I met what's his name? I've met Eric Lawson, and then they had Rob Liefeld a couple of years back, which I wasn't paying for a signature. But so I've met the Image Five basically. The only one I haven't met is Will Spataccio out of the original five, but I've met like the founders of Image pretty much, which is just incredible and just really cool. So I was just going over different books to get signed. And I was like, you know what, I'm stopping on these two. So we can only get two signed. So I got my Hulk 340 signed by Todd. Really, really cool. And then also, just because, how can you not get Spawn #1 signed by Todd? So really, really just fun and awesome books to get signed. Just a great time. And man, like I said, just this year's Fan Expo was awesome. And, it's funny because I see people do that, try to do it all in one day. And honestly, my experience from Terrificon was so crazy that it's just like, I don't think I could. I just with that many artists and that much going on, and especially with Todd, where he didn't show up, especially he was supposed to show up on Saturday, but then ended up coming on Sunday, and it was just like just one of those things where I guess if you have the ability to do a weekend, do it up, just because there's good stuff going on there. But that has been just the books that I the books that got signed, and then let me just get to the books that I picked up, because this actually is I knew it was going to be a long video, and I knew it was going to be a lot. And if I was going to do this in videos, it probably would have been like 2 or 3 videos. So I'm just kind of going to go ahead and just kind of show things off quickly. So picked up a whole bunch of books, starting with these ones here. So we got the X-Men Deadly Genesis. So, first appearance of Vulcan, the third Summers Brothers. So really cool, and a great story. So was able to pick up all 6 of those. So, and there we go. So really, really cool. Happy that I have those in my collection now. Picked up these ones here I went to a booth that was having a 50-cent sale, and I was just like, all right, so got X-Men 281, Conan movie special, really, really cool. Did I meet anyone from YouTube? No, I didn't. Not that was at Terrificon. I'm Amazing Murphinator. I missed the 3 Men in the Basement. I missed a bunch of people that were YouTubers that were in Terrificon. And I think that it was just one of those things where I was just moving differently, because I don't know how I missed those guys, and I know they were there, and I was just like, man, I can't believe I missed them, just because they were all over the place, and I know they were, so I must have just been either getting stuff signed or just not paying attention when they were walking around and everything. So to Otto and those guys at 3 Men in the Basement, I'm sorry I missed you guys at the Terrificon, and if I go next year, I would definitely make it a point to make sure I say hi to you guys, just because I definitely missed that. But I did actually. So there's a guy who is on Instagram. His name is Boston Bat, and he actually was standing in front of me. I didn't realize it was him, and I follow him on everything. And he didn't. He follows me as well, and he didn't realize it was me. That was just because. What can you do? You just kind of stand there waiting to get an autograph by Todd McFarlane. And so, I went through his story the next day, And then there he was, like talking about, about to meet the Todd Father. And I'm like, I remember you. I remember you typing that. And I was just like, so I told him, I was like, hey man, I was the big dude with the Patriots jersey behind you. And he was just like, he was just like, oh yeah, that was you. I was like, yeah, it's me. And then so, really cool to have met up with him and everything. So hopefully, get to meet up with them again. Just other cons and stuff. And it was just like, it was funny because he was actually up in New Hampshire. So I think we frequent the same con, so I'm sure I'll run into him again. Either that or just bump into him digging through some boxes and everything. So that would be pretty fun. Also picked up Alpha Flight 5, and who that says we need to do the Vegas con next year. I would love to. I would love to do that. Just money and time is the only thing. So I have to check it out. But if that's the case, I mean. And I can swing it, and I'm around because I don't know when the Vegas con actually ends up being. More Thundercats, pretty cool there. That's no problem. And we got, I think this is the one of the cameos of Onslaught. I'm not sure if it's a cameo or if he's the if this is the actual full reveal of him. Oh no, actually it looks like the actual reveal of the character that happens in here. So. Yeah, I think this is Onslaught's first appearance, maybe. I don't know. I haven't read this one, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. And then also got Onslaught Secret Revealed. So this is where you find out that it's actually Professor X inside of Onslaught. So definitely cool. And then this one actually was a really cool book to pick up just because it was just, 50 cents. How can you go wrong? So you got... Legends, this is issue number, I think, 2? No, number 1. This is the first appearance of Amanda Waller. So for 50 cents, I will take that all day. All right. And then get some other books here. So we got Captain Marvel number 57. Nice battle with him and Thor. I'm trying to collect that Captain Marvel run, like the first part of it, and just kind of tough to get over there. So, Sean's like, Vegas, I'm trying to get him to go to Rhode Island. I'm trying. I'm going to see what I can do. It's just kind of one of those things where, I like the lineup of people there, so I should have figured out time and everything else and what day and all that. But we'll see. I might be going to the Rhode Island con. That's later on in the year. It's in November. So we'll see. Picked this up. This was pretty cool. So this is the Uncensored Mouse. This is a bunch of, I guess, Mickey Mouse, even though it's like, so I don't know if this is something where Mickey was used out of Walt Disney's permission, but it says a classic collection of uncensored Floyd Gottfredson comic strips from the 1930s, complete and uncut, volume 1. So, I picked that up because I was like, you know what? That seems pretty cool. Get some, I guess, out there, like potentially, band work. Yeah, why not? No problem with that. I was able to actually pick these up and complete the second. So this is, I guess this is considered volume 1 of Deadpool. So I get number 3, and then also number 4. So all of Deadpool number 1. Yay! Deadpool volume 1. Because I picked up, I had number 1 for a long time, and then I picked up number 2 of that volume. I want to say either last year or the year before. So I've been slowly piecing that together, but didn't have time to get it all. But then, so got Infinity. So this is Prelude to Infinity. This is I did that wrong. So Prelude to Infinity. So this is the first appearance of the Black Order. So Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, and Black Dwarf, and I think Black Swan too. I don't know all the way. I have to check more into her, but I'm pretty sure that she's like, I don't think she's actually considered to be one of the Black Order's full out, but I think she's in that book though. And then you have this one here where it kind of shows them all, so that's pretty cool. So definitely cool, because I know that these were heading into Infinity War. They saw a little bit of a spike in popularity and then kind of fizzled out. Um, so yeah, next we have, this is an awesome book, and this is actually a really it's a cool book to own, but the story is goddamn ridiculous, and just the way like it's drawn, and it really is cool. But so we have X Women. So this is Chris Claremont and Milo Manera, and just, I shouldn't say the story. The art is crazy. The art is ridiculous in this thing. It's just like a lot of the poses and everything. Just because Milo Manara is known for doing like just erotic comics and stuff like that. So like just I mean there's nothing erotic or dirty in this book at all. It's just just the way that the position that when they're fighting and just doing other things, it's just really 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 suggestive. So but it was really fun to read. I was like, I mean, it was funny, but it was just like, it was like I had a good laugh at it. I really enjoyed it. So next we have Fantastic Four number 236. So this is just just a triple sized issue of the world's greatest comic magazine, and just figured why not. This was cheap. This is like I think in like $2 bin. I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then also with to go along with that prelude, I ended up getting this, and I talked this guy down because I picked this up with those other two books, and this is a Sunday purchase, and he wanted $25 for this, and I think he wanted $10 each for the other two, and I was like, well, would you take $30? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, sold. So really cool. So I got all 6 books of the Infinity series in this, which is cool. So 1 and 6, and I have a couple of the variants from like way back, but I ended up getting that, which was really cool. Oh yeah, I got one other book I had to talk about that I was able to get this for free. I had talked to the artist, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the shaded covers that they do for the different books. So this is for Silver Surfer Black, and this is really, really just amazing, amazing art to see up close in person. Like the guy, the artist his name is Matthew. And if you go onto Instagram and go to Shattered Comics, you'll see like just all the different stuff he's done, and he's just super super cool. So I was telling him how much I admired everything he did, and he was like, you know what? He's like, I'm gonna give you this, and I was like, oh, seriously? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, this is for you. He's like, thank you so much. Thank you for giving me a shout out. Just telling me all this great stuff. So if you can, just give me a shout out on Facebook and on Instagram, just hook me up. I will give you this book. So I was like, no problem. So I went ahead and I shared his, just his work and everything on Facebook and Instagram, and doing my part here too. Matthew is a really, really cool guy, really awesome guy. So definitely a nice guy to talk to, and really just fun person to just go over his process with his art. So really, really cool. Next we have so as always, I try to collect my runs and try to sit there and get myself together. And so I got, got some Transformers books I picked up. So we got issue 54, got 57, got an upgraded copy of 58 because my 58 was kind of beat up. So picked that up. Let's see, got 61. 68, 73, which is cool because this is getting towards like the later issues. 77 and 79. So I'm able to, say that I have most of the end of that run taken care of, which is good. And keep making dents on that one just because, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to knock that one out within the next couple of years and just get, a full run of that. So really excited about that. And also I picked up a really, really nice Moon Knight cover. So Moon Knight 29, the Blood Fang cover. Really awesome Bill Sienkiewicz cover. So super, super cool stuff there. Let's see. Also picked up Predator. So this is Predator number 1. So the first appearance of Predator in comics. Really cool. Got X-Men, our new X-Men 128. So this is the first appearance of Phantom X. So really cool there. And then also picked up some X-Men books. So we got X-Men number 123 of that Byrne Claremont run. So really cool. Get, what's it called? Arcade. And Spider-Man in this one. Then we got 127. So the first Proteus. And then 128 more Proteus where he's, warping reality. And then also got Thor number 169. So we got they think this is part 2 of the origin of Galactus. So really, really cool there. And then I have a couple more books to go, and that will be it. That'll be a wrap. So I have I actually got this in between Fan Expo and the Terrificon, and I was just like super like excited about it because I had seen this, and normally I don't go on Facebook for stuff like this, but hold everything. Hello. Yes, I got a phone call in the middle of my live video. I guess I'm important. But so I got this in between the two cons, and I was on Facebook, and it was someone that lived nearby to where I worked, and I was like, checked it out. I was like, this is a good deal. I'm gonna have to take advantage of this. So I was able to pick up the first 10 issues of Star Wars. So Star Wars number 1. Let's see, 2. They're all in really, really good shape. So, and it was just like, one of those things where it's just like, you kind of don't know if you're going to be able to end up picking these type of books up, especially issue number 1, because issue number 1 is, seeing all types of new life because of, the movies and the new trilogy and all the rest of it. So it's just like, one of those things where I was just like, yeah, I'm going to pull the trigger on this, and got it for a really good price, and was really excited about that. So really excited to have these in my collection. And finally, issue number 10. And then the last 2 books that I have are actually books that were on, that are on my 2019 top comics list, and I don't have my list with me just because I've been doing so much shuffling of books and everything like that it's kind of just been moved around, so I'm not sure exactly where it is, but that's not important. What's important is the books. So here we go. Got X-Men number 58. So the first appearance of Havoc. So Alex Summers as Havoc. It's got a couple of issues, like nice big chip taken out of the corner there, but the cover and everything like that. But overall, not bad shape. That chip kind of, hey, what can you do? All the books end up coming with some slight wear and tear. So, but I was happy to be able to add this to my collection and follow that up with, boom, first appearance of Sabretooth, Iron Fist number 14. So super excited to have these in my book. And when I find my list, I will go ahead and cross them off, I guess. We'll see. Just because the fact is, at this point, it doesn't really make a difference. It's not like a big deal. But, super happy to have those. Super happy to have been able to pick that up. So amazing just time at this con season. I did really, really well and picked up a lot of really good books. So that's pretty much everything. I think there's one last like little thing that's not necessarily a comic, that I picked up that I thought was really cool. And if you guys end up seeing these in your travels and you're just kind of trying to either collect a run or just kind of, want to have, I guess, I don't know, just don't want to have to use the internet to pick up and see different books. I picked this up off a shop that was like last day that was just like everything's $5. I was like, all right, let me check this out. So I picked it up. So this is the official index of the Marvel Universe, and this is Uncanny X-Men. This is, I think, issue of volume number 1, and this basically has information on every X-Men book of the Uncanny run up until 300 and I think it's actually it goes all the way to 460, 70, 80. So, wow, this goes all the way to into the 500. I think it's 513 is the last issue. So, and it gives you a breakdown of the characters that are in it, the synopsis of the story, and everything else. So, really, really cool. Has the classic X-Men running here as well, along with some of the other just kind of crossovers and everything. And really cool book. So if you can find these, definitely, awesome to pick up, because I think that these are great reference tools, and it's good to have, just those, books that you can kind of go back to and just, check things out and figure everything. But with that, I am done. That's my haul. I want to thank everybody who's watched this long, because it's, long video. And so for everybody that came in the chat, Who Dat Comics, Sean Schofield, The Gray Man, Ray, and Fish Tropic. Thank you all for watching. For anybody who watches this on the rewind, thank you. I hope you all enjoyed what you saw, and I'm out. So thank you again. This has been a great time just showing the books off. So I'm really just happy that everybody wanted to spend some time with me. And have a great rest of your weekend. I'm going to go. See you later. Bye-bye.